Peace, family. Risings. I'm up. I'm up. Peace to the gang. I hope all is well. I want to catch up in these carbonation streets. What's going on in these carbonation streets? Peace. I wonder how many of y'all are up with me. It's 2:16 where I'm at. I took a late nap. Now we up. And we sipping coffee at 2 in the morning. I wanted to react on all of this mess that's been going on. Y'all know I've been very hush as far as my carbonation content because there really hasn't been anything to report on. My view was like, well, I guess I'll just wait till something pops off, or I'll just wait till enough things accumulate. We can talk about it, but this situation here is serious. Shout out to Stinson Has the Soup. Peace to you, sis. I love Stinson so much. Love her. So I got the video from her channel. So shout out to Stinson. Make sure y'all go over and subscribe. But apparently, y'all, someone has called CPS on Velvet. Now, you know, we can kiki, we can laugh, haha, but when it comes to fucking with people's well-being, you know, potentially taking them away from their children, I don't think that's cool. Very weird. This is weird. Like, social media, weird. Someone is really in their feelings so much that they, you know, want to distort this woman's life even more than it already is. But before I pass judgment, y'all, let's go ahead and get into the video. I have no idea really what's going on. I saw the video and I'm like, all right, boom, let's go over the video on the channel. Y'all smash that like button for me, family. And again, shout out to Stinson Has the Soup. This has gone too far. And as we listen to this and I do my commentary, I'm going to be looking in the streets for other videos. I'm up, y'all. I can't go to sleep. We in this thing. Shout out to the replay gang.
Y'all. I was about to take myself to bed. Got a notification over on IG. Velvet went live. Somebody has called CPS, DFAX, DHS, one of them Child Protective Services on Velvet.
My.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's all I can say right now.
Now,
here's the thing.
That's how I feel.
Here's the thing. I don't know everything going on, but I am not for people going real life. Okay. Now,
I'm so glad that you said that, Stinson. I am 1,000% with you. My spidey senses tell me, oh, look, let me shut up. Let's just get through the video. Look, we're 44 seconds in, y'all, and I'm like, what the hell? Velvet ain't even said nothing yet. Look. Oh, y'all, this is weird. We are weird out here in these streets. If it's anything that we can see about Velvet is that she's a good mom. I'm not there with the woman. We're not there with the woman. We don't know her personally. But Eliana stuck to her hip in that damn cult. She's always live with her babies, and I feel like, unfortunately, her previous actions have, put a bad taste in people's mouth. So I feel like, there's a group of people that are rooting for Velvet, and then there's another group of people that see through her bullshit. Then there's another group of people that's like has this vendetta to take her down. I don't know if this is due to past things. I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe we'll go down memory lane as far as Velvet goes, you know, in this live, y'all. I won't make no promises, but we in this thing. I'm up. 222 as I'm saying that. Let's go ahead and get into the video.
If it's somebody off social media, I don't believe in calling Child Protective Services unless you're there, you've seen it, you've actually seen it with your eyes, then of course. But that you walk a very slippery slope using the system. Like, now that might not be what's happening here at all. She's going to get into it. What happened? Somewhat. But yeah, somebody called Child Protective Services. They showed up, and they're serious.
Wow.
What's about to happen right here is about to put the nail in the entire coffin underneath the ground with the dirt on top, with the grass grown over, with the tombstone with no name on it. DCF just shows up at my house with an anonymous complaint that my children are being sexually abused, neglected.
What? Sexually abused? That's heavy. That ain't, oh, she left the baby in the, or, the kids in the car when she went into the gas station real quick. This is heavy shit. This is, you've neglected your child and allowed, put the child in the position to be harmed in a sexual manner. Who would go so low to do that? Like, she didn't piss some folks off. This is wild. I do not condone this, y'all. 3% does not condone this. I don't think it's cute. I don't think this is funny. There's nothing comical about this. We do a lot of fucked up shit in our life, but imagine having our shit magnified online, and then, even though you're not perfect, you're trying to, make a difference, make a change, learn from some mistakes, alchemize that bad situation in some way. And then there's folks that's like, you remember when you did this, and that? You know what I'm saying? I feel like she feels like, energetically, what I'm feeling from Velvet is like she feels like every time she tries to crawl out of the tunnel is something that pulls her back into this vortex. Y'all feel me? Like, I know that this woman is not perfect. Trust me, y'all. I've been around. I didn't seen it. I know. I get it. But there's gotta be a line drawn in the sand. This ain't right. I don't even. I mean, and man, we only a minute and 49 seconds in the video, and I know it's a lot of people that's like, well, you remember what she did in the cult, you know. I hate to even have to talk like that, but with baby Eliana, and it's just a lot. Child, look, I'm getting ahead of myself, child. This is a bit much.
And DCF have to investigate me. Saying somebody also left complaints that I am mentally unstable.
Wow.
Well, I mean, I don't know about all that, but yeah.
It's tense.
Anyway, so you heard her. You heard what the allegations are, And she'll go on to accuse 2 people in particular. And
Soular, that's my guess. Is Soular one of them? That's my guess on what Velvet's going to say, the accuser. I'm not saying that's what I think, but I think that's what Velvet's going to say. Let's see.
I don't know. I don't know about it.
I'm mentally unstable, and my children are in danger. 5 officers show up in front of my house, men and 1 woman. I am not fucking lying. Eliana and Aviana is in the backseat right now because I have had to tell these people that I have been harassed for the last 5 years, got protection orders and everything out on Mother Efforts because people have been harassing me, trying to make.
Now, what the hell, I'm sorry, but I'm a little confused here. What does having a protection order on Nature Boy, now just listen to me for a minute, got to do with her having CPS called on her? Because Nature Boy is in jail. I'm not saying he couldn't make a call, but it also begs into question here, is she talking to him? Well, I believe she is. For her to even think that it could be him leads me to believe that she's still talking to him. Now, we all know good and well, Nature.
What y'all think? She's still talking to him? I mean, on the surface, though, the way she comes off, she can't stand him. So, I don't know. But I'm also not going to rule it out either. We have no idea, y'all. It's all speculation. This is, I thought it was already rock bottom. This shit is getting real raunchy, real low. And I know there's allegations of, scammery in the past and all. I don't know everything when it comes to the ins and out of carbonation, but I feel like I know enough. So I feel, hmm.
Boy is very spiteful. He don't get his way, he'll do whatever it takes to get back at you. His get back and spite is very serious. But her having a protection order on him and him doing that from jail, not saying it's not possible, but
Do y'all think the wives would, do, I'm just going to throw, I don't know. I don't know, family. This is weird. Oh my goodness.
something about it don't seem right to me. Let's continue.
It's hard when all I'm trying to do is get myself on my feet. And it's even crazier because I give these people chances time after time, thinking that they are not evil people, and they are evil people.
Who, Velvet, who are the evil people? CPS showed up at your door. Now, could you tell me who you think it might be that's going to make some sense?
I am on my way right now to the hospital to get forensic exams for Eliana and Aviana.
Wow.
My children have never been sexually abused. I know that.
Oh, so you all heard that. She's on her way to the hospital with the children because now they're going to have to be examined. Again, y'all, this is why I say, now this might not be anybody off social media, okay? And I know how a lot of people feel about Velvet. I understand. But here's why. If it is anybody off social media, which it may not be, now these babies have to go down there. Okay?
Causing more trauma. This woman already going through enough. 3 kids by herself. Deprogramming from a cult. third baby daddy is a complete whack job. Sheesh.
This has to be a thing now. I don't know. Let me reserve some of this for a later time and just see what she's saying.
Thanks. I already got Eliana a forensic exam back in 2019 when I left Nature Boy. Nothing was wrong with her. So right now, I'm going. My children also have a doctor's appointment on Wednesday, and they also have a dentist appointment next week on the 29th. So the reason why I don't have...
Well, this ain't got nothing. That one doesn't have anything to do with the other, Velvet, okay? It really doesn't.
My shit together when it comes to as far as my financial stability, my housing, a car, gas, is because I keep giving motherfuckers like Nature Boy and Soular chances after chance to prove themselves right. And
Velvet, stop. Now you're rambling, okay? You're doing that thing where you just start rambling and nothing is making sense.
But why I mean, my mind goes to, she bringing up Nature Boy. Like, now I kind of understand why Stinson kind of had that thought of, are they talking? I'm going to check out some of her recent lives too, family.
Now look, you know how y'all always holler, it's you versus you. Okay, well, this is a time when you might want to stop blaming everybody else. Take a look at yourself as why you don't have a house, a car, this or that, okay? This is a you problem. You are on your third baby daddy. This is not.
Ooh, child.
Let me blame everybody else. And again, you're rambling because this has nothing to do with this very situation at hand. Very serious situation.
I feel like she wants to cry out for help.
not shit at all.
Where she is crying for help.
I'm mad because they want to be with me and I don't want to be with them. They want to destroy my life. They want to destroy me being a mother.
Okay. Yeah. So she does believe it's either Nature Boy or Soular. I don't know about the third baby daddy. She's mentioned Soular and Nature Boy. I mean, anything is it possible? Yes. But I don't know, y'all.
But it's not going to work. Because at the end of the day, I take care of my business. I handle my business. I'm a woman of my word. I make sure that me and my children are straight at all circumstances, any circumstances, and I protect mine and myself. So at the end of the day, be careful what you do to people and how you do it to people, because that shit will come back on you. It's called karma, how the tables turn. So if you thought that this was going to stop me, if you thought that this was going to slow me down, you got another thing coming. Yes, somebody called DCS. I don't know who. It was anonymous, apparently.
They can. They don't have to tell you who called in.
Even when you call, you don't have to release your name. So, I mean, they wasn't going to release no name. Whoever did this, they was going to cover their ass, you know? Golly.
At all. If it was anonymous, that means they wish to be unnamed.
Right.
And yeah, they don't have to tell you. True story.
But at the end of the day, ain't now one bone in my body is shaking because I know the truth. And
oh, Velvet, knock it off now. You don't. You can knock off this I'm cool, I'm good act. You ain't going to tell me, as a mother, you're not shook. Those people show up at your door, you can hardly get rid of them.
Barely breathe, shit.
Okay? They're going to be in your life for a while. You're having to take your babies somewhere.
Especially with those allegations, sexual abuse, minors. Nah, yeah. Uh-uh. That's serious. This person really wanted to hurt Velvet. This person came for vengeance is what I'm feeling. This is vengeful. Like I'm gonna take you down at all costs type shit. The truth will be revealed. I tell you that. We are in the time of revelation.
Examine right. I don't know. So you can knock it off right now with the I ain't worried. I ain't bothered. You should be. Just a little bit. You know, a little bit of fear never hurt us, okay? It's a natural instinct.
So them people killed, and I have documentation to back it up on the social media and off social media. I have done everything that I can in my power to protect me and my children from this foolishness, and it's apparent I'm the only one going through this from carbonation. So if you want to say that.
And that makes no sense. What are you talking about? You're the only person going through this from carbonation. There is no more carbonation. What does that have to do with CPS showing up at your door? You're trying to make a correlation here. You're trying to draw a Velvet. No. No. No.
I'm doing this for attention. Well, now you know why. Because motherfuckers really want to put their foot on my neck because I shine so bright and they can't stand it.
Oh my. And she believes this. She believes this. Everybody's just coming at your Velvet because they see how shine you bright like a diamond, and they want to keep your foot on your neck. Okay, sure, Velvet. Whatever you got to tell yourself. Again, you're doing that rambling thing, which you do when you get nervous. I've seen it for years. You're nervous. This has nothing to do with you shining bright like a diamond. You want to tell us next? It's because you're beautiful.
Oh, I hate to laugh, but
Velvet.
Goodness.
No, this ain't it.
So at the end of the day, people who hurt you, you don't have to hurt them back. You don't have to do nothing back to them because God is going to take care of them. The only thing that you are supposed to do and the only thing that you can do is put one foot in front of the others to put yourself in a position where you can win and can win in all ways and keep your heart pure and keep it honest with yourself and with everybody else around you.
Okay, look, y'all. The rest of it is her sermon on her little. Anyway, sorry about that. The rest is her talking about do good in life, one foot in front of the other. It's a whole speech on if you do good, good will happen. I'm good. I'm protected. I'm covered. All that stuff. In the meantime, in between time, she's scared. She's nervous, and she should be. I'm going to reserve some of my thoughts and opinions for tomorrow, but y'all make sure to let me know what y'all think in the comments section down below.
Shout out to Stinson Has the Soup. Y'all, if you all are early birds, Stinson will be live probably in the next 4 hours or so. Central Standard Time, she goes live about 8 a.m. ish. So make sure y'all catch her and her thoughts on the situation. I know I definitely will. I'm going to take me a little nap, but I'm going to be right back up. So let's go ahead and get into this recent live. Now, this is dated back like a week ago of Velvet talking about Soular, I guess. I kind of just want to catch up, y'all. I want to catch up. I've been completely out of the loop when it comes to carbonation. I had to take a break, y'all. Y'all know how it gets. So here is one of the most recent lives. This page is Wea IG and TikTok Live. That's the name of the page. Shout out to them.
all of it. I'm disgusted by it because at the end of the day, we're supposed to be a community that uplifts, not be throwing it in each other's face like, well, you made the decision. Well, you the crazy one. Well, you did this and you did that. But when you actively see somebody progressing and healing, at least trying, you still shit on them. You shit on them harder than you shit on the people who ain't. All of it. I'm disgusted by it because at the end of the day, we're supposed to be a community that uplifts, not be throwing it in each other's face like, well, you made the decision. Well, you the crazy one. Well, you did this and you did that. But when you actively see somebody progressing and healing, at least trying, you still shit on them. You shit on them harder than you shit on the people who ain't doing shit for themselves, who don't do nothing for themselves, who constantly causing confliction and harming people's lives. You uplift the people that go to sleep at night with vengeance on their heart for other people. You condone and uplift the people who wish bad upon other people's lives. That's the people you condone. And I'm disgusted by it, and I'm tired of being silent about it because I've implemented myself into it to a certain degree. Certain things I did not ask for. I did not ask for certain things to be done. It happened through abuse. How?
I wonder what those certain things she's talking about. And this is not a jump on Velvet Live, y'all. Y'all know I come very raw and authentic. It's all out of love, but I want to be real because you know, there was a lot of dark things, actions that she did make, things that were done within that cult that she participated in. Um, and there was a weird situation when it came to baby Eliana. We all know about the situation if you've been following this cult for a while, since the beginning, or even just a short amount of time. You've came across the videos and you know that Eliana was put in some very compromising situations, unsafe, pedophilic situations. Um, her father was having sex with one of his concubines as she was holding his daughter, who was an infant at the time, a precious little baby. And Velvet did join in. I do understand she was under Nature Boy's spell. I understand all the layers of it. We got to call a spade a spade. So I feel like this move was calculated with this person to say something to that degree because there's footage out there to back up that Eliana has been in compromising positions. I'm just laying it out there real. So I think some of us, may need to look deeper into this, like deeper than the surface, because this is there's a whole investigation. She just said it out of her own mouth. So they're looking through, siphoning through all of these videos. There has been moments where Velvet was quote unquote a bad mom. So that's not going to look good in her defense. Even if she is changed and a great mom today, the past, And it's very interesting how things come full circle. And I wish her nothing but the best. But, I have to be real about this situation. This ain't small. This is a big deal, y'all. This is not no petty flyby shit. Let's go ahead and finish this video. I also see that the T posted 2 days ago a live stream from her and Soular. So we'll go into that too We might not finish it because it's almost 2 hours long, but let's get back into it, y'all. But let me know what y'all think down below. I mean, am I being harsh? Do y'all feel where I'm coming from? I mean, Libra energy, baby, we just gonna lay everything on the table. Um, do I think that she deserves this? Hell no. Don't nobody, hell no. Hell no. You know, I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy, so sheesh.
Can I take accountability for some shit that I didn't even? It was abuse happening to me. So you expect me as the person getting the
But you have to take account. Let me.
using the situation to be like, well, fuck it, I was abused. Like, what the fuck? No, that don't work like that.
It does work like that, though. See, she doesn't get it yet. She's almost there. I feel that in my heart of hearts. She's almost there. But she doesn't get it yet because you do have to take accountability. Yes, you were under a spell, but you did the things that you did. You were the queen. You were in a hierarchy position. You knew more shit than others did not know. You were abusive yourself. Yes, I know hurt people hurt people. Again, yes, I know the manipulation under the spell of Eligio, but at some point you have to be authentic and honest within yourself, or you will continue to walk around in this zombified state, zombie mode, in a state of depression, codependency. So, you know, there's a lot of work in the root that needs to be done. There's a lot of roots on her, clearly, for someone to go to this extent to bring her down. So, yes, at some point, Velvet, you do have to take accountability. Everyone else is taking accountability. True, taking accountability. Kendra took accountability. You know what I'm saying? She's still running away from the truth, the thing that she's done, because she'll speak a little bit, but she'll be like, but it's always backed up with a but. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, calling a spade a spade.
I was abused for a reason. There's a background behind it. There's a history behind it. There's literal things that I've been through for me even to be able to attract abusive people into my life. You feel me? So it's like, y'all weird when y'all just be fucking weirding me out, bro. But at the end of the day, I'm not like stressed about anything because I didn't do nothing wrong to none of these people on social media. I'm sitting here living my life. I was minding my business, still minding my business, will always mind my business. And at the end of the day, when I go to sleep at night, I wish everybody nothing but the best. I do hope that the fathers of my children, turn their life around. You know, it's just certain things that I put to a stop. It's certain things that I have a limited perspective on because I was in it with these people and I didn't make certain decisions that they made. Like, I didn't. And it's not comparing, it's just a moral heart. Like, I've built discernment to identify a moral heart. And some people I genuinely don't think have a moral heart. And whether that's my opinion or not, it stands. And at the end of the day, we all gonna have our opinions about each other and different things, but I'm never gonna be on social media talking about like just going in on the bitch. Like, that don't have nothing to do with me. If she wants to be immoral, if he wants to be immoral, cool. But I'm not gonna, just because that is a factor, I'm not gonna sit here and neglect what happened to me. I'm not gonna neglect how I feel about the situation. I'm not gonna neglect my feelings about the matter because today or tomorrow these bitches get on the internet talking about how they feel and what they went through and how was they abused and all of this and all of that and all of this and all of that. Y'all gonna expect me to sit there and listen to them. Y'all gonna expect me to sit there and have compassion for them when that shit is not happening the other way around. And it's cool.
She did sit there and she did listen to them and she did have compassion to them. I'm just dissecting what she's saying, family. She feels like no one cares about Velvet. like everyone else is getting the shine. Like y'all not looking over here and looking at what I went through, what I suffered through. Like she feels like she still hasn't gotten her flowers. I don't know what she expects from the people. I don't know. But accountability is key, period. And another thing I'm thinking about too with this case, I mean, just think about all the footage. The fight with her and Eligio. She hauled off and punched him with the baby in her arms. So on and so forth. So, like I said, this person was very calculated in this decision to take her down, quote unquote. Mm, this is heavy.
Like, I don't need people to, have compassion for me or empathy for me. But like I said, I'm not a bare minimum person. What I give is what what I give. I don't like. I'm just saying, like, that's just how life is. You don't think something and it not come to you. So for me, I'm not just about to sit there and let people treat me any other type of way or be a doormat or just be somebody that they shit on to express their emotions, and I just don't get to say nothing. I don't get to be heard. I don't get to do nothing. I just got to sit there and be like, okay, that's not, no, it's a two-way street. And that's my point. It is a two-way street. So at this point, it is what it is. Like, it took me this far to make these many decisions, have these many baby daddies, for me to learn what I need to learn in my life. That don't have nothing to do with you. That should never have anything to do with you, because my life is not affecting you. To the point where you can't sleep, or you can't eat, or you can't think, or you can't do what you need to do for yourself. So for me, I'm just here to encourage everybody with the simple knowledge behind what I am experiencing, what I have been through, so that we can get through it together. Whether these people want to change or not, congratulations to them. Whether these people want to become better people or not, I wish the best for them. But that does not grant them access to have a revolving door in my life. Period. And if anybody don't like it, you can block yourself. Because I'm over it. I'm disgusted by it. I'm over it. I don't like irresponsible people. And yes, I have made irresponsible choices. And I don't like those irresponsible things about myself. So I'm working every day to make better choices for me and my children, so that I don't end up in situations like I did with my third child, my second child, and my first child. So I feel like I pretty much got everything out. Like, I don't really have anything else more to say about it. I really just want to encourage you guys and really make you guys see life in a different perspective when it comes to your physical ailments. Like, your physical illnesses are connected to something spiritual, and it's trying to get your attention. And, just be, know what you have to do in your life to be able to, because once you start to deal with these physical things in a spiritual way, they start to go away. Like, you don't have to worry about illnesses. You don't have to worry about holding on to them, because in the alkaline mind, in a healthy mind, in an alkaline body, in a healthy body, you cannot harbor illnesses. This is your body cannot be at disease. So once you start healing these things within yourself spiritually, on a spiritual level, your ailments will start to dissipate and they will start to go away. But this is not something that just happens overnight, nor is it something that you can just one day make the decision to do and then 3 months later stop doing it. You have to keep doing it. It is a lifestyle. It is a life lesson. It is a life-changing, life-altering decision. Once you make the decision to heal, you have to keep going, and you can't revert back to your old ways, because reverting back to your old ways is putting you back at square one and accumulating the illnesses from a spiritual place that you've experienced thus far. So
Hey, she ain't lying there. I hope that, because she is a channeler. She is. She is a guide, but she's a wounded healer, you know, in the spirit of Sekhmet. And I hope, with that being said, I hope that if she's not already, she begins to replay her videos back to herself, because she's speaking to herself. She's speaking into her reflection, because a lot of what she's saying applies to her. So I feel like if she's watching her videos back, she'll really be able to receive the downloads that she feels that she's giving out, or that she is giving out. But it's falling on deaf ears because of the track record. She lost a lot of trust with the people. I can't confirm whether or not she scammed those folks, but that's what word on the street is, and multiple people. So at that. So yeah. Let's see what she's talking about in this video here. Shout out to the T.
I'm serious about my life, about my children's lives. I don't give a fuck about what you heard, what you saw, what you think, what you know. I don't care about none of that shit. And my experience with this whole carbonation shit is by far one of the worst experiences that anybody who has ever went there and left had. So
Wow. What y'all think about that?
I'm gonna need for anybody who got anything to say about any cult member, especially Solar and the first father of my child, anybody who got anything to say about them and all of this, like, y'all need to leave me the fuck alone. Like, on some real serious shit. Because if you fuck with me on the behalf of these niggas, you gonna be fucked up. And I'm just putting it out there and I'm letting y'all know, because they got real shit that's going out here in these streets, in this world, that you don't want to be a part of. You could call it all peace and light and love and all that shit. You could say that. But I suggest you don't get involved. Because they got some real shit that's going on. These niggas is facing other shit. You don't know them. You don't know me. I don't know you. So I'm going to need you to mind your business. Respectfully.
Now, whoever she's talking about here, I wonder if, like, who is she talking about here? Is that the person that potentially called CPS and made these allegations? Because this is 2 days ago, and there's animosity here. Like, there's anger here, sending shots at Solar, insinuating that there's people or someone that, was contacting her. Whatever they said pissed her off. Context clues.
But this is the thing. I really hate when people in your life try to make you look like you just the worst person ever. Call you a demon, call you a whore, trying to make it seem like you just sleeping around, all of this shit. Like, they just smear.
Who said that? Help me understand, family. Did Solar say that about her? That she's a whore? And that she sleeps? Did he say that about her? Is it possible that Solar went deranged and made this call? Does that make sense? This whole thing don't make sense. I don't know.
Campaign you. make you look like the most horrible person in the world. And then when you choose yourself, you choose to walk away and you choose to close that door and don't communicate. They get all of their friends involved, all of their family involved, and want to apologize to you.
Oh yeah, she's talking about Solar. He rallied up a crew to try to soften and butter her up, and now she's getting to a point to where she's fed up. Mhm. Mhm.
Want to create pictures and paint pictures to other people like you just love them and you just also in love with them and you care about them and you want the best for them and all this shit. But when you love somebody, when you care about somebody, when you want the best for somebody, especially children, you don't put them in predicaments how my baby fathers have put me in a predicament. You don't do it. Period. You take care of what you love. And I know that from experience, from being it to you. So my thing is, today I woke up with messages in my inbox. Third baby daddy been trying to contact me for the fucking longest, apologizing and apologizing and apologizing. I don't care about no apology. I don't. The nigga, I blocked him. The nigga make fake pages, be stalking me. I can't wait to find this nigga page, bro. I swear to God. If I find this nigga page, bro, it's over with. My thing is this though. you in my presence disrespect me, belittle me, act like you don't see my worth, try to make me worship you like you nature boy, and do all of this other shit to try to get me to believe that you some type of motherfucking mystic and all of this shit in front of my face and disrespect my children in a process. And then after I leave, you want to get everybody involved to be in my inbox to apologize on the behalf of you, and you try to tell people how you care about me. You don't care about me, Soular. You don't. You don't care about nobody. You haven't cared about nobody that you have come into contact with, as far as I'm concerned. And I can't believe that you know what? I can believe it because you are the son of a fucking devil.
Ooh.
Quite literally.
Oh my.
The shit that's going on between me.
Oh shit. She called him a demon spawn. Oh my goodness.
And Janae doesn't even need to be going on. But it's going on because of people like you.
Ooh.
Drama.
Ooh. Ooh, honey, the can of worms has bursted. She's mad. Low key, that nature boy is getting locked up, or that he is locked up. She said this. What? Let me rewind this back because I might have heard it wrong, but I swear she said the shit that's going on with Nature Boy and Janae shouldn't be going on, but it's people like you. What you talking about, Velvet? Hold on now. Hold on now. Did you, hold on? Yeah, I know I ain't tripping.
As far as I'm concerned, and I can't believe that you know what? I can believe it because you are the son of a fucking devil.
My.
Quite literally.
Wow.
The shit that's going on between me and Janae doesn't even need to be going on.
Oh, her and
but
Janae.
It's going on because of people like you.
Her and Janae. Okay. Ooh, child, I thought, ooh, her and Janae. Okay.
Drama. You want shit that you don't deserve. You try to get in the middle of shit on the behalf of somebody else, and you're fucking failing in life because of it. You can't try to be somebody's disciple, minion, puppet, whatever the fuck you want to call it, slave, and expect people to fuck with you, like you, especially if they have children involved. As far as I'm concerned, you're in the same boat as this nigga. And I'm tired of people playing with me behind the scenes because you do shit off social media, you say shit off social media, and then when you get on social media, you try to create this picture like, oh, I'm Soular, the fucking sun ray, love wins, and I love, and I love. No,
Oh,
that's
wow.
not. Stop portraying that to people. That shit is fucked up on so many levels. And I'm talking about it because you're harassing me at this point. I blocked you. from every avenue. And you're still trying to get in contact with me. And you know the bullshit he used? You're the mother of my child. You didn't give a fuck about this child that I was incubating, nor did you give a fuck about the child Janae was incubating, and neither did you give a fuck about incubating when we were
Facts. Talk that sass, Velvet.
pregnant with your children. You don't deserve to be in your children's lives. You don't. You don't. You do too much fucked up shit to be in the presence of a child. That's especially your own child. You're gonna do exactly what Nature Boy did and perpetuate generational curses until you heal. I don't give a fuck about what nobody say. You can say I'm bashing my baby father and all of this shit. I don't give a fuck about none of that. This nigga is harassing me through other people at this point. I don't like it. Leave me the fuck alone. Stop trying to apologize, acting like you like me, acting like you love me, acting like all of this shit. You're fantasy. You're in a fanatical, delusional ass world just like your father.
Ooh.
And you need to get it together. I'm saying
just like your father. So you're aware that you were fucking his son, Nature Boy's son. And she was the mama. She was the empress. Let that sink in. Wow. Yowzers. Hit that like button, family.
this to help you because you're going to get yourself fucked up. I can't control how my ancestors protect me. I'm gonna just put that out there and I'm gonna leave that on the table. So I'm trying to save you, nigga. Leave me the fuck alone. Go about your business, heal yourself, do what you need to do for yourself. I'm doing what I need to do for myself. I'm minding my business. I'm not in your inbox. I'm not fucking with your family. I'm not over here trying to cause issues for you and create drama for you. So don't wake no shit up if you don't want the smoke. If you don't want the smoke, don't bring it. I don't give a fuck if you talking about something. I love you. That shit is words. Love is an action. You show that you love somebody. Not about not tell somebody that you just love them. You don't fucking love me. Period. So I'm about to wake it up even more. First of all, let me figure this shit out. Hold up. Because now I'm about to blast your ass because you really get on my fucking nerves.
So, okay. But what is that gonna do? Like she talks about, and again, I'm not bashing y'all, just calling a spade a spade. You know, she talks about healing, from generational curses, healing from carbonation, being renewed, doing this and that. But it's like, I understand you hurt, but what's the point of throwing stones, waking shit up? Like, what's that gonna do? Nothing. It's the rat wheel. It's the rat wheel for me.
Every time I hear your name, every time your name comes up, every time I see your fucking face, my cortisol levels go so high. And at this point, I have a right for my amygdala to go into fight or flight. And I'm fighting, motherfucker, because I have every right. Because all you have ever done was show me that I can't trust you, I can't be around you. I've given you a chance in front of the world. I did all of that shit, and you still decided to shit on the entire situation. I have no fucks to give about this situation. I honestly don't. And I don't give a fuck about who cares about it, who feels about it. I'm protecting my child at the end of the day. At the end of the day, I'm protecting my child. The child, our child that we created, that you don't give a fuck about for real, that you keep hopping from place to place, want me to be hopping from place to place, want my children to be hopping from place to place. You got me fucked up. You're not fucking anything else up in my life. You got to go. Period. So let's get it. Since you want to be like your motherfucking father, I'm going to do you exactly like a son is to his father. So let me wake this shit up right quick. Let me go to the first message. This woman texts me in my inbox, and she's like, "Peace, sister. Just checking on you. Hope you're doing well. I want you to know that you are a great mother and doing an amazing job. Cool. That's beautiful. You know, I ain't have a problem with that. You are doing an amazing job. My brother-in-law Soular. That's when shit really just hit the fan for me. That's when shit really just. I'm like, okay, let's keep reading. I'm not gonna judge the situation right off the bat, but I'm irritated.
Brother-in-law.
My brother Solar is with my husband Pure. Mind you, all of these motherfucking people after.
Hold on, isn't Pure an ex-Carbonation member?
When I was the last one standing, the last one from Melanation, from Carbonation, when I was the last one standing, all of these people, Serenity, Rambo, Flow, Vibes, all of them fucking people, motherfucking Kendra, Aaron, Pure, all of these motherfuckers watched Nature Boy beat me numerous of times, and none of these people have ever said anything about it. Has ever, and I don't give a fuck if they do. My thing is, don't be. I don't fuck with nobody that's coming from Carbonation. That's point period blank, because none of these people was put in the position that I was put in. After I left, I can't speak for after I left, because them bitches started hitting each other and all of that. I ain't got time for that. And y'all knew that shit would never go down with me there. I would never let nobody just put their hands on me and hit me. So that shit started when I left. I wasn't around for that. And I damn sure didn't see Nature Boy hit anybody else, because he was hitting me all the time. So for these people to try to be my friend after I give them chances after chance to because I'm a humanitarian, and I want our community to heal, and I want to be y'all motherfuckers gotta stay far the fuck away from me. All of y'all have shown me that y'all don't give a fuck about me, and I have been telling Nature Boy this whole fucking time that this shit is wrong about how he treating you, me, etc. And none of you motherfuckers are actually standing up for the truth, and I can't stand for it, because I'm gonna speak the whole motherfucking truth. If you don't, that's on you. But don't come trying to be in my inbox, be my friend, and all this shit. Leave me the fuck alone. Anyway, let's continue to wake it up. My husband Pure right now in Cali, experience with him was very warming and awakening, and that's what everybody say. Every time I meet Solar, he's a very good person. Yeah, stay around Solar for an extended period of time. How about you actually get into a relationship with him and become his baby mama and see how he start treating you, or even just become his friend and see how he start treating you. This nigga act like he Nature Boy. This nigga act like he the end all be all of the ends of the fucking cosmos, and everything that he say is what it is. You are not the commander in chief of nothing. Nothing. Mama. Let's be club. Get the cup.
He has struck a nerve.
So she said he is misunderstood at times. So be his wife. Since you coming on the behalf of somebody, and I really can't stand that, and I can't believe that I did that. A motherfucker ain't your husband, ain't your wife, until God say he is your wife and he is your husband. If God didn't say it, baby, then he ain't your husband. So anyway, moving forward, and if this was my husband who was affiliated with somebody that I don't know shit about, I would not be in no woman's DM on the behalf of him talking about woo, peace, sister, congratulations, greetings, and all of this shit. That shit dead. So with that being said, also, if this was my husband, I wouldn't be condoning anything that has anything to do with my husband's friends. That is not a lane that I would desire to be in, but maybe I'm just a different breed. Anyway, Solar never mean to give up you, Velvet. I will never give up on you, Velvet, and the child you have with him. How about he never give up on the child that he got with Janae? How about he never give up? How about he already had given up with the child that he had with Zoka? He gave up with the child that he had with Janae. So what makes you think that he gonna stick around for me? Y'all got me fucked up.
What she mean though by he gave up with, like, I'm gonna leave that alone because I know what happened, but I mean, well, all we can do is speculate, but I'm gonna leave that alone.
And if it's because of any sexual desire or anything like that, he's low vibrational and he's a fucking succubus demon motherfucker, and he needs to stay the fuck away from me because I don't give a fuck. I will stay celibate for the rest of my life before I give my pussy to another motherfucker who is on some weirdo shit. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, he's doing some healing, and I know healing may take time. I still have faith in the both of you. Congratulations. That's your opinion. Give it time, and you will see amazing transformation in the man he's becoming for you and his children. Baby, that don't got nothing to do with me. Don't nobody got nothing. Somebody else healing journey don't have nothing to do with me. I'm gonna let that be known. Let that be clear. I wish everybody the best. Don't get me wrong. I wish everybody the best. I wish that everybody live and learn and heal from their mistakes and do what it is that they need to do for themselves and get themselves in a better position. But baby, once you fuck up with me, once you close that door, I'm not opening back. I'm not opening it. You leave me the fuck alone. Congratulations on your healing journey. Congratulations. But that don't got nothing to do with me. Don't heal for me. Heal for yourself. Don't heal for me. Heal for yourself. Heal because you genuinely want to do it, not to impress me.
That part.
I don't like motherfuckers who be trying to impress me. I like authentic, real people. Anyway, I don't have to wait for shit. And I'm not waiting on shit. I'm not waiting on anything. I don't need to wait on nobody. I don't need to wait on nothing. I already have everything that I need. Anyway, if you ever need anything, I'm here for you. I don't need somebody to be here for me. I need to be here for me. I need to be here for me. I need to work the things out that I need to work out.
She
I'm
mad
gonna
as
attract the motherfuckers like this to myself. Period. So anyway, I'm in Louisiana as well. Not too far from you. Baby, still, Louisiana, you guys stay away from me. You guys stay away from me. I don't give a fuck if we was in Timbuktu. I don't care if we was in Timbuktu. You gotta stay away from me. So she says, I know you may have trust issues. I may have trust issues. Anybody from combination, anything suspicious that shit is getting blocked. Straight facts. Like, that shit is blocked. Like, I don't give a fuck. If you got a 3 in your name, that shit looks suspicious. If you got 3 eyes in your name, I'm blocking that shit. Period. So she says, but I can assure you I'm a very private person. That don't have nothing to do with me, baby. I don't know you. I don't know you. I can't take nobody word for shit.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. She kind of funny though. She said, "Baby, that ain't got nothing to do with me." Hey, Velvet's like, leave me the fuck alone. Period. Like, I'm through. Oh man.
Listen, you could talk all that shit you want. I could talk all the shit I want. But until a motherfucker starts showing actions, that's when that's when everything gonna come to the light. Whatever. So she like, I want you to continue to grow into a beautiful butterfly and become a very well. Soular loves you very much, whatever. How you gonna tell me somebody love me? And you're a woman and you already have stated that you don't know me. And you don't know. Well, she stated that in the next messages, and I'm gonna pull them up. How are you literally gonna say that somebody loved me and you don't know them? You don't know what happened. You don't know how it could transpire. You don't know details. You don't know nothing. Okay, next message. Because I'm about to wake this shit all the way the fuck up.
What if this sister-in-law is really Soular? That's literally what I'm over here thinking in my mind. What if this sister-in-law is really Soular? Cause I ain't ever heard about. Have y'all heard about some sister-in-law? What? Since when? That's in Louisiana by her. Did he ever talk about having a sister-in-law in Louis? You know what I'm saying? I really think that Solar made this account. Now I don't know how many followers I don't know none of, but it's very suspicious. That's my opinion. What y'all think?
I told her simply, before we get into it, I told her simply, I suggest you stay out of it. That's all I told her. That's all I told her. I said, you should stay out of it. She says, this is what she says. I'm not in anything. I didn't get into his personal business.
Oh man.
He is with my husband pure at the moment. He gave me very good advice. Then bitch, why he not your husband? Why he not your husband? He told me he has a mother that lives close by me and express love for you and your children. Just because somebody expressing something to you don't mean that they serious. Don't mean that it's real. Don't mean that it's fucking right. So she says, I know I followed you for a while because my husband Pierre was in Mexico with y'all, but never speak to anyone and stay away from the gossip. I've been here for years or whatever, but peace on my NAU. But it's not but peace on my NAU. That's how you need to keep it, ma'am. You need to stay far the fuck away from this shit because this shit is fucking ridiculous. I'm telling you from the word of mouth. You need to pump your fucking brakes and take a think about what it is you're doing right now because you coming into the wrong fucking one. I'm telling you, like I said, I cannot control how my ancestors protect me. Because anybody caught in a crossfire is gonna get their issue. I'm letting you know that. So I suggest you mind your motherfucking business. And that's respectfully. This is not personal. I'm not talking to you like personally. I'm talking to you from a cosmic place. Baby.
Oh, it's the baby coos for me. So cute.
But to respect your privacy and boundaries, I will not get involved, and I never wanted to get involved. Then, bitch, you would not be in my inbox.
Ooh.
You wouldn't be in my inbox.
Roar, Velvet, roar.
That was not my intentions. Okay, motherfuckers want attention. That's what I read.
The anger that she's displaying, like, I can only imagine how annoying Solar is. Imagine Solar being your baby's father. Really imagine that. I feel you, Velvet. That she has came to her wits end. She is over it. Like, I can only imagine. I hate doing commentary over his videos. Sheesh.
I want attention. And I'm gonna try to get it by all means necessary because this bitch blocked me. And now I'm trying to get back in. He wanted me to do this. Listen to the verbiage. Listen to the wording that she uses. This shit is straight coke carbonation bullshit. Listen to the words she's using. He wanted me to do this to build a sisterly bond with you and to check on you on his behalf, as if I would ever the fuck trust anyone. Listen, y'all want me to have compassion for these women who have come from carbonation. That's cool. But what y'all fail to fucking realize is that I've had compassion for every single last one of these women. I'm talking about when I was the last one standing from Melanation, when I became Nature Boy's wife, and all of this shit started transpiring with all of this polygamy shit and all of these women. How many times have you guys seen me on social media, video recorded by this nigga and by these women being harassed and bullied because I want to leave and I don't want to be with none of them, and they're all forcing me to be with them, in a relationship with them, and they're making me feel bad because I don't want to be with them, and I have legit reason to not want to be with them because
Yeah, but not but but they were all brainwashed. 3 of them still are, and others we don't know about. So they were just playing out what Nature Boy was forcing them to do. They were all being abused. Now, at that particular time, her abuse was publicized. And I'm not taking that from her. What she went through was treacherous. You know? I mean, straight up. Nobody deserves what she went through at all. However, again, there comes a time where you have to stop pointing the finger and take accountability. Y'all were all under that spell. So if we got to give you grace, maybe you should have grace on the other ones too. You know, y'all feel where I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Mm.
they all wanted to fuck on each other, and
I'm going to rewind this back a bit.
to the wording that she uses, this shit is straight coke carbonation bullshit. Listen to the words she's using. He wanted me to do this to build a sisterly bond with you and to check on you on his behalf, as if I would ever the fuck trust any woman. Listen, y'all want me to have compassion for these women who have come from carbonation. That's cool. But what y'all fail to fucking realize is that I've had compassion for every single last one of these women. I'm talking about when I was the last one standing from Melanation, when I became Nature Boy's wife, and all of this shit started transpiring with all of this polygamy shit and all of these women. How many times have you guys seen me on social media, video recorded by this nigga and by these women being harassed and bullied because I want to leave and I don't want to be with none of them, and they're all forcing me to be with them, in a relationship with them, and they're making me feel bad because I don't want to be with them, and I have legit reason to not want to be with them because they all wanted to fuck on each other and I didn't want to be a part of that shit. These type of women don't get compassion from me.
Random, but y'all, I just realized, I did not realize that Eferu and Aya had like a rendezvous, like had a thing, writing love letters to each other and shit. I'm like, well, I be damned. I knew Eferu was a little butch. Child.
Period. They get silence from me. They get the block list from me. They get the fuck away from me. They get I don't resonate from me. So at the end of the day, these women, bro, y'all got me fucked up. Y'all got me fucked up. That's all I know. That's all I know. And I'm waking this shit up. Only on the accord of you being a mother with children. Only on the accord of you being with mother and children. So if I didn't have mother or children, it's still okay to treat me like shit? That's fucked up. Anyway, and I don't get that because and I do get that because I'm a certified licensed foster mother. I don't know Courtney did all this.
Yo. She's a licensed foster mother. There was just allegations about CPS, sexual abuse. Minors. Sister-in-law hits you up 2 days randomly before you have to uproot your life, stop what you're doing, whatever you had planned, talk to police, detectives. You have a case now. This person lived close to you. Y'all, I'm the dots, I'm just, ugh, this is sticky, y'all. This is gonna be way bigger than we think, honestly. I'm reading in between the lines here. This is a setup. This is a setup. Period.
Don't get that because and I do get that because I'm a certified licensed foster mother. I don't know Courtney did all this. He's my husband, best friend. Well, bitch, how did I not never know that Pure was his best friend? And bitch, if Pure is his best friend, then why the fuck he didn't leave with Pure when Pure left? And why was they never in? Now Pure his best friend all of a sudden? Now that this nigga need help? Now that this nigga need a place to stay? Now that this nigga don't have no money and can't fend for himself? Girl, miss me with that bullshit. Because at one point in time, Pure, let it be known, because I know y'all gonna see this video, you was the talk of the motherfucking town. And baby, it wasn't nothing good said about you. So, don't let that fake shit fool you. And I've been exposed and integrated into this shit for many years before any of them. I was the last person standing from Melanation. This is a whole new group of motherfuckers. Anyway. And this hurt my heart that now I'm knowing this after. Yeah, because you don't know shit. You don't know shit. So you can't speak on some shit that you don't know. That's why you need to mind your business. Don't speak on nothing that you don't know. Don't talk about nothing that you don't know, because at the end of the day, you don't know what's going on. Mind your fucking business. So this is what I think. Oh, baby, this picture is so big. Oh, my God.
Look at, oh my goodness.
Because y'all not going to be able to see that. I'm going to just read
It's
it.
In like all caps,
this is
y'all.
What I said. My children need love, all of them. Not just the one he created. And as far as I'm concerned, you take care of what you love, period. He watched me get beat in front of everybody, publicly. He conspired with Nature Boy to steal money from me. And the whole time he was with me, all he could do was talk about himself. Or think about himself. I wish y'all nothing but peacefulness, because that's definitely not something I experienced. He served his purpose. Here. He served his purpose in my life, and I don't need him to do anything for me. Encourage me, hold me down, keep fighting for me. I don't need it. I don't want it. It's toxic. It's toxic. Congratulations. He's healing, but it doesn't mean that I'm a revolving door. And he closed that door with me, and I'm not opening it again for the safety of my family that I love and care about. And then I also said this. I was like, I really wish he would respect my boundaries. But like all psychopathic, delusional, narcissistic people, he doesn't. Please don't come in my inbox anymore talking to me about Soular, respectfully. And so she says, and respectfully, I will not come to you. Thank you, motherfucker. Thank you. And respectfully, I will not come to you on the behalf of anyone else, and that's including Courtney. I was given orders. This bitch said I was given orders. I'm sorry if I don't trust nobody. I'm sorry if I don't trust none of you bitches. Like, I don't trust Janae. I don't trust none of these bitches. I don't trust none of them. I don't trust them. Period. I don't trust nobody coming from Carbonation. You block. Get away from me. Ew. Bye. Period. I don't resonate with that frequency. Get away from me. Leave me alone. Stop looking at me. Stop stalking me. Stop harassing me. Stop bullying me.
Mm.
I was given orders, but I'm my own person. However, I do believe everything happens for a reason. You have direct contact with me if you blah 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 block list. You're a part of the block list now, sis. Because I don't have time for this. Like, I'm about to be 30 weeks pregnant. You really think that I need any more stress coming from this nigga Soular? No. This nigga has no. You don't have no motherfucking right, no room, no space, no nothing in my life. Leave me alone. And I'm putting this out because I've already told Soular to leave me the fuck alone. Because every time we get into a conversation, all this nigga is talking about is himself and how he's this and how he's that and how he needs to heal and all of this shit and all of this shit and all of that shit about him. And it ain't never nothing about the child. And because I'm incubating the child, it should be about how I'm doing. But this nigga don't give a fuck about that. He cares about how he's doing and how he's feeling and how he's deteriorating spiritually. That don't have shit to do with me. That don't have nothing to do with me. And so I'm gonna need y'all to leave me alone because at this point, I've literally given the situation a chance to redeem itself and the shit is a fucked up mess. Triangulation fucked up mess. And I kicked this shit out of my life once before. This is it, bro. Leave me the fuck alone. I will start calling any and everybody on you bitches to leave me alone. Because I'm not in y'all inbox. I'm not in y'all life. I'm not disturbing y'all. I'm not stressing y'all out. I'm not raising y'all cortisol levels while y'all pregnant. I'm not worried about taking money from y'all. I'm not worried about none of that shit. I just want you to leave me the fuck alone. And let it be known, all of these motherfuckers that get blocked make fake pages and want to stalk and harass me online because they want a place in my life because at the end of the day, I'm not a bad person. I'm a very loving person. I have a lot of energy to give. I have a lot of love to give. But I'm done giving it to the wrong motherfuckers. I will harbor that shit for the rest of my life until I die. And in the spirit realm, a motherfucker show up worthy enough for me to give it to. So anyway, I just wanted to wake that up, y'all. I hope everybody's having a good day. I'm having a good day. But I released this shit. I released this shit because at the end of the day, I don't resonate. Never will, never did. I thought you motherfuckers was on a different timeline. Y'all not. That don't have nothing to do with me. Y'all cool. Yeah, I'm cool on that shit. And I don't care about who thinks otherwise. If y'all want to have Soular back, go follow that nigga. Go support him and deteriorate spiritually. I'm not. I'm not dealing with none of this shit. Because anybody that has ever left Carbonation, they still on that three God worshiping shit. Commander, no, ain't nobody the commander-in-chief of shit over here. I'm the commander-in-chief of everything over here. I control my life. I control my reality.
Yeah, I agree. I think Soular is super detached. When Nature Boy got locked up, Soular got locked up too. Your mind belongs to me. Your soul belongs to me. You are my property. You are my slave. Like, he really took that shit to heart. It's going to take some heavy therapy to get Soular back to half of the person he was before he went in there. Mentally, spiritually, emotionally.
Created to be what it's gonna be, and I regulate the motherfuckers who come in and out of it. And if I want you to be gone, bitch, be gone. That don't. Period. Y'all want to keep continuing the carbonation tradition? That shit is dead, literally. So let the blind lead the blind. But I'll talk about Eliana next time. Because I'm still assessing her right now, and like I said, I'm not gonna be just talking about anything just because people want me to talk about it. I'm gonna talk about what I want to talk about when I need to talk about it. When it's time for me to talk about it. When I feel like I'm gonna talk. When I need to talk about it. When I'm gonna talk about it. I'm
Okay,
at my own
Velvet.
pace
Okay.
with this shit.
Do your thing.
So at the end of the day, I love my children. My children don't deserve to be around stupid, dumb, idiotic, narcissistic, delusional, toxic, psychopathic, spiritual misalignment bullshit. We're talking about innocent children here that's involved. Y'all motherfuckers don't care about the children. Motherfuckers got everything to say about me and how I got 3 baby daddies and all this shit. But you will never be able to say that I walked away from my kids. You will never be able to say that I didn't at least try to keep them safe in this situation. You will never be able to say that I never pulled them away and tried to create distance. You'll never be able to say that. Meanwhile, all of these bitches is getting abortions, knowing it's wrong. They have more baby fathers than me, but they have gotten abortions already. Some of them lost babies in the process. Some of them had babies and still wish that they could be with the nigga that they...
Throwing shade. She talking about Efferu. Not Velvet. Efferu. Zoka. Malia. All of them. Y'all, there's a lot of resentment here. Let me rewind that back for the people in the back.
got an abortion.
Shout out to the Bush babies, people in the bushes. Shout out to the replay gang. Appreciate y'all.
Already. Some of them lost babies in the process. Some of them had babies and still wish that they could be with the nigga that they not supposed to be with. Y'all will never be able to say that shit about me. Ever. So leave me the fuck alone, respectfully, and stay the fuck away from me. Stop reaching out to me on the behalf of other motherfuckers because you will get hurt standing up for other people. I'm telling you, I've done that. So don't do that shit. You will get fucked up spiritually by doing that shit. So until next time, y'all, I appreciate y'all for your time and support. If you care, you care. If you don't, I don't give a fuck. And whoever want to get blocked in the near future, I'll be able to scope your ass out and you gonna get blocked because this shit is no. I'm tired. I'm done. I'm done. I'm tired of myself going through this shit. So on that note, I hope y'all have a beautiful, blessed day. And I hope y'all are encouraged not to allow any people, place, or thing that's in your life to come and try to destroy your peace or take away from you that is unnecessary, and get rid of toxic bullshit in your life, even if it's the expense of at the expense of removing the father of your children out of their lives, to have peace and bliss so that your cortisol levels don't be risen when you pregnant as fuck about to go into labor. So anyway, I appreciate y'all. Bye, y'all. Until next time.
Oh man, y'all, he cutting his hair. Golly. Now, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I can't take Soular. I can't really do Soular.
I have lost everything.
Oh my gosh. Here we go.
Gained everything that is for me.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. You remember when they all did that ritual and cutting their hair for Velvet. Isn't him just doing this again? This is weirdo, strange boy, deranged, psychopathic energy we are dealing with here. He is so mentally unstable that he thinks that his negative actions are good. Like, it's justifiable in his mind. Like, he is love. He is love. Like, he believes that. So, in order to profess my love, show you that I love you unconditionally, I'm going to perform this ritual for you again on camera for the world to see. My love for you, Velvet. Like, if this is some fucking scripted ass, weird ass, fucking Shakespeare ass shit, Romeo and Juliet head ass. This is weird. Like, what? He needs some help. They all need help, but I'm concerned for him. Legit concerned. What's wrong with him?
Everything that I have is a blessing.
Oh my
To
gosh.
radiate my love.
There goes the hair.
I am enough.
Okay.
I love what I see when I look in the mirror. I love what I see when I look in the mirror.
Mm.
I put myself and God first because that is who has always been there for me. God has always been there for me. While I've been there for everybody and nobody's been there for me, God has been there for me.
Okay.
I will only give myself what is in alignment for me.
Oh my God. Is he gonna give a false ass affirmation on every lock? Like, he's making my head hurt already, y'all. I'm gonna try to hang in here for a few more minutes when it comes to Solar. I can take him in very many small doses. Very, very small. Very, very small. Microscopic.
I am grateful for my now. I live in a heaven state presently, always.
Mm.
And I always have. I am becoming my best.
He don't believe nothing he's saying.
Out of honor for every opportunity that God has given me.
Okay. So this is Solar. What? How long has it been? A year? 2? After leaving the cult. Comparing him to other people like, True, Kendra, who have made drastic changes emotionally, spiritually, in their life, as we've seen, right? He's still in. He's still in the thick of carbonation. Period. I think he might be more shit. He might be more lost than the damn women. I know I'm reaching, but shit. He received them downloads. He was Nature Boy's little bati boy. Bati boy. So he's going through a whole nother level of deprogramming, depression, sadness, heartbroken, like real shit. When I'm looking at this video, I keep getting flashes of what's his name? Rest his soul. Loyal. I keep seeing Loyal's face. He's in self-destruction mode. Like, I don't. Mm, I've had enough of Solar. I can't watch any more of him. Of course, I wish him nothing but the best, but yeah, it's not looking good for him. He's got to turn his life around. That's just my opinion. I have not lived their life. I have not walked in their shoes. So, I'm on the outside looking in. I want to do a flashback video. I want to go back to when Kendra left, a little bit of time after she left. In this video, she was talking about, the sleep deprivation, a little stuff that was going on in Nicole. Like, what was her breaking point? How she feels now spiritually. This is 9 months ago, but I just want to take a trip down memory lane. So let's watch this, listen to this video. And this will be the last one before we get out of here.
Within cults, you have to have an external enemy. Meanwhile, we were saying the only enemy is yourself. No. We made other people the enemy. Every time somebody left, we made them the enemy. We told Velvet she was wrong. We told Denise she was wrong for leaving. We told so many people they were wrong for leaving when we were wrong for staying.
Right.
We told Janae she was wrong for going to the police when she was absolutely right. She went to the police for all of us when we think about it. She was absolutely right. And I thank her so much. Because I really have my life back. And my son, look at him, he's laughing, having fun. He gets to be. And that's very important to me.
I can feel the sincerity coming off of her. Like, it radiates off of her. I know that Kendra has made some decisions in the cult as well. They all did. But I think she's probably made the most progress of people leaving spiritually, emotionally. Like, she's very smart and her energy is welcoming and nurturing and damn near angelic, which is crazy when you think about it because she was smacking up on hoes and shit, But I feel for her. My heart connects to her direct experience. The innocence was just snatched, child. Her virginity and just it's just a lot. Um, I think I connect to Kendra a lot. In the quote unquote characters in this carbonation saga, so to speak, I would say Kendra is probably my favorite. She's got a sweet spirit.
Isis, you did plant a seed, but you were made to be the enemy at one point. Remember that? So anybody that's not within the cult is an enemy, unfortunately. Aaron said it's not just for them, it's for anyone who may be in a similar situation, and that's correct. And I know it's bigger than that too. I guess it's just because I personally know them. But yeah, I understand, like, there's cults on a small level because you have people that are just so susceptible to peer pressure and need approval from other people that they'll just do anything to get it. And I'm so glad that I'm learning to protect my energy because I'm learning that I don't need nobody's approval. I don't even want it.
That's right.
Because I want to feel authentic. I want to do things from my heart. I don't want to just do things because people approve of it. And I don't want to waste my time trying to explain myself to people or get people to understand something. You don't have to understand. You don't even have to listen. This story is like any other story that anybody else has. You can choose to make a villain in it. You can choose to make a victim in it. You can choose to love it. You can choose to hate every character. You can choose to feel however you want to feel about this story. But this is a story. It just happens to be true. And it happens to be helping somebody, maybe not you, But then again, there's always those stories that you don't even want to listen to, and you can just turn them off, or you can just close the book and leave it alone. But if this story you connect to, then that's great too. Ooh, I see it. There's a lot of comments there. Oh, Clarity, I'm gonna read your comment. She said, "Please don't stop sharing your story. When you stop, the energy of abuse increases." That's interesting. I never have intentions of stop sharing my story, but I do know, like, cause I'll feel this need, like I did today. I'm just like, go live. You don't know what you're gonna say, but it's okay. Like, just go live, because, and sometimes I be feeling like I don't want to, because I'm like, I don't want people to think that I'm trying to get some type of attention or something. But I realize that that's okay. If somebody thinks about it like that, it's okay. Not everybody's gonna understand, and that's okay. Or people are gonna understand from who and what they got going on, and that's fine. Everybody does not have to be on your side. And I speak to myself when I say this. Everybody does not have to be on your side.
I think that Velvet should take a page out of Kendra's book, right? Very interesting how I clicked on this specific video, and I feel like she's speaking a lot to Velvet. Not purposely, but it correlates.
Everybody does not have to agree or disagree. It's just gonna happen naturally. Like, so, I just chose to trust myself and go live anyways. And I told myself, just speak from your heart. Speak and express yourself naturally. Don't rush yourself. Don't try to be correct. Don't try to be right. Don't try to, answer every question. Just be. How did you justify him calling himself a pimp and calling you all hoes, especially in front of those shady ATL friends of his? Okay. Wow, you got a good question there, Chalk Davis. I don't want this. Okay, you don't want to wear the headphones anymore? Okay, you can take them out. On one hand, I agreed at that time, because I didn't see pimps and hoes as a bad thing at that time. And I knew we weren't necessarily selling ourselves. So I just thought it was like a figure of speech, a way to grab people's attention, kind of like an act. But then there was also real moments, so that I kind of acted like, damn, I was really underneath of influence. I thought he was the most righteous, so I just went along with it. But I also know that
Sheba is so pretty. Everyone gave her hell, called her all type of names, child. Why? Because she was one of the dark ones? Beautiful complexion, beautiful features. She's gorgeous. Shout out to you, Kendra.
he would use that to impress, when you say his ATL friends, he would use that to impress his so-called friends or people that he knew or met. So that's why we used to go out to the clubs and he used to have us all on his arm. He would say, yeah, these my hoes, He would use that to make himself look more powerful, knowing he didn't like us and knowing we really didn't like him. But he would use that as a way to gain attention. And I think that me having low self-esteem, I kind of liked the attention, even though it was negative attention, just like I'm sure a lot of prostitutes feel like, And I felt like, okay, I'm not out here prostituting, so, But I was dressed like I was, basically. And also, he would flaunt his power in a way where he would offer us to his friends. Or he would say things to us like, I want...
Wow. He would offer the. Well, I guess, yeah, that's true, because I remember the Shaka and Velvet thing. Trying to give Velvet up to Shaka. Shock it. I think my mom was trying to put Gaggett and Shaka together for whatever reason. I don't know what the hell just happened, but Shaka. Hmm.
To be able to offer my women to these men, basically to show how powerful he was. And good thing we weren't really offered up. Like, good thing, oh my bad, y'all, camera. Good thing we weren't really offered up, like, because we definitely could have been, because he definitely would say stuff like that. But I think he knew that that would get really bad. But there were times where he would say things like that. And I would think, like, I would never have sex with a guy I don't know. But if he were to enforce that, I don't know what I might have done, and that's a scary thought because he's that type of person. He's that type of person.
I feel her.
So I'm just glad I got away from that shit, y'all. I'm really good. I'm really glad. I'm be so grateful every day. I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning, like, I'm so grateful. Because sometimes I have nightmares about being there still. And then I just think about those women that are there. Those women that are literally branded with his name on them. Like, I just think about them and my whole body just wants to see their freedom. Yeah. The more depleted a person becomes, the more agreeable they become. Yeah, when you're not healthy in yourself, of course, you're going to do a lot of things that, you wouldn't do because you're not in your healthy mind, not in your healthy body. I'm still, girl, making sure I get my sleep and my food, making sure I create healthy patterns for me and my son. And I think I'm doing a pretty good job. But it takes time, and I'm learning to also be patient with myself through every day. What had y'all depleted as a person? Sleep deprivation definitely had me depleted. We weren't allowed to go to sleep until he went to sleep. We weren't allowed to eat until he ate. So, Tommy, can you turn it down just a little bit? Yeah, that's good. We weren't allowed to eat. So, like, if we were to cook and we were done cooking at 12 or 1 or 2 o'clock, we couldn't physically eat ourselves that food until he first had his plate. So, a lot of times we would be hungry, but we'd be like, oh, he didn't eat those, so we can't eat before him, because he was the king. If we went out to a restaurant, he was served first. So, not that that's a big deal, but it's something that...
Now that's crazy. Because y'all know how long it takes for them to bring food out at a damn restaurant. Say they was busy. It took 40 minutes for Nature Boy to get his plate. Now y'all gotta wait another approximately 30 minutes to get y'all food. Sitting there watching him eat, drinking on an empty stomach. I'll be damned.
In our head, it was a big deal because it was in our heads that we couldn't eat until he ate. So we would neglect our natural body's need to have food. Sometimes he wouldn't eat all day until 11 o'clock at night. And even then, we had to serve his meal first. So, sometimes we would have to sit there and watch him eat until we were actually dismissed to actually go eat. Sometimes, it's weird stuff like that.
Damn.
He would eat in front of all of the guys, all of us. Meanwhile, they haven't eaten yet, and that really plays with a person's mind. We couldn't sleep until he went to sleep. So we couldn't sleep until he went to sleep. We couldn't wait. When he woke up, we had to be up. He would say, you had to be up before me or be up when I'm up. Because he would make us, the women, we were responsible for bathing him, oiling him from head to toe, doing his hair. Y'all saw all that stuff, but we were required to do these things. It's not something we volunteered to do. We were assigned to do these things. His laundry, his getting out his clothes, and getting him undressed, getting him dressed, like all that stuff, like we would do for a child. Literally, I do for my son. Literally, I would be having to do this for a 4-year-old. Like my husband didn't.
He created the mother that he thought he never had in all these women combined. That's all he used them for. And butt sex. Because he don't like women.
When I was with Aaron, he wouldn't even want me to do that shit for him. He washed his own fucking face. Like Aaron always did that stuff for himself. That's why I loved being with Aaron too. A lot of the times, I just, I was so in my head thinking that, oh my God, I gotta be with that whole leader because he's God. But I loved being with Aaron because Aaron would treat me like a fucking human being, and he'd be like, I cook for him because I want to cook for him, not because he told me he wants this and go cook it for him. No, I just cook for him and offer him. He's like, wow, thank you. I wouldn't wash his face for him or brush his teeth for him or oil him from head to toe. Like, he'd be like, I got that. The most I would do, is clean, cook, and I'd iron his clothes. But even a lot of times Aaron would iron his own clothes. Aaron would be like, look, I do my own thing. You do what's best for you. But, we both were highly manipulated by the cult leader, so there was other things. But, yeah, man. When that person, that's the answer to that question. What made y'all deplete as a person? Basically, just not having control over your day. So every single day is about the center of attention is about him. So you could basically go the whole day without washing your own ass if it came down to, you know what I'm saying? Like making sure he was good. And he would say that he wanted us to take care of ourselves and love ourselves, but yet he would say, don't take a shower before, or don't get dressed and get yourself together before you get me together. So then we would be all on Bigo, humiliated, looking a mess. He would put the camera on our face looking crazy, hadn't showered, haven't made ourselves feel good, exploitation, and then oil him from head to toe. Well, I don't even understand why a person would want that type of energy on them, because I wouldn't want nobody touching me that don't feel beautiful. Like, why would I? First of all, I don't want 6 people rubbing oil on me at the same time. What the fuck? But I definitely don't want nobody touching me that hasn't made themselves feel good first. Why would you want that energy in you?
Mm-hmm.
Only a narcissist, bro. Only a narcissist. No, John never talks about the cult leader. He doesn't even, like, when we first got here, I used to play the cult leader's videos sometimes, and he'd be like, no. He'd be like, no. He used to see it and be like, no. Like, so I didn't even play it for him because he didn't like it, and he doesn't even talk about him or anybody there. He's pretty much content with his life now. He's not even thinking about that. I even love now that he used to call me Sheba, he used to call Dad Captain Drew, and now he calls me Mama, and he'll say my dad. So it's like he's already reprogrammed from the shit. Like, he'd be like, I want to talk to my dad, and it just warms my heart because I never heard him say that before. But yeah, he's definitely not thinking about that shit a year ago. I have more of the memories, I think, than he. I don't think he has many memories of that. If he does, he doesn't talk about him. He's not vocal about him at all. Did y'all ever express that you were hungry to him? There was times where there was some things that were expressed like that, but we kind of learned to not, because he would claim that what he was saying was more important than food. What we were doing was more important than food. So it kind of would make one feel guilty about desiring food, because then that meant that your mind was focused on your lower desires and not the higher perspective of this knowledge is what gets us into the kingdom. What's being said right now is the key to the kingdom. What's more important, the kingdom of heaven, or food? So you kind of would go in your mind and try to like quiet the desire to eat or sleep, because the kingdom. But girl, if the kingdom don't got food everywhere, I don't want to be there. Because I got to eat. What was the breaking point where you are at now, the point people should seek to get out of similar situations, the breaking point, what triggered this change? Being away, being out with my family. My family, they were just super patient. They weren't trying to make me believe anything else. I even told them that I believed that he was the Messiah and they wouldn't like try to attack me. You know, I just had patience and support around me, and I believe that was the breaking point for my connection with the cult and the cult leader because I was reminded of the support and the love that I actually am worthy of and that I deserve. And then that made me start to question what type of love I was being loyal to, what type of energy I was being loyal to, and it allowed me to protect my energy more. So when he would call, as I was talking about those conversations on the interview, I would protect my energy more, and I'd be like, you're not about to take my energy because now I got something good, you know, and you can't take this shit from me. Before I was, you know, only in reverence to you, and I respected you so highly and looked up to you so highly that I allowed you to treat me any kind of way. But now I see how people that really love you treat you, and so I had to protect my energy. So that was kind of like a breaking point. And then when Aaron left, it was a major breaking point because the only reason why I was still really attached was because my husband, you know, I was talking to him every day, and he was still involved, and I felt like only way I could have my family is within the cult at that point in time. But when he left, it made me start thinking, well, damn, if he could leave, you know, and not even let you know, and not tell you, you have to do what's best for you too. And that was a major breaking point because it made me start to use my own critical reasoning. That was all taken away within those 5 years is my own reasoning, my own critical reasoning. Because sometimes even as a person within a cult, if you vocalize your own critical reasoning,
I feel like True left abruptly like that because he had a mental break. Something within him just was like, fuck this shit. And I felt like if he didn't kind of leave and go ghost for a while, he would have literally went insane. Maybe he even had like a moment of insanity, like the ultimate breakdown, the crying, the snot bubbles coming out the nose, the spasms, like, and he didn't want his wife to see that, to see him in that state. Like, he had to make sense of everything that had happened. Here he is, second commander of a nation that he believed wholeheartedly in for all these years. You know what I'm saying? And to watch everything go to shit, like I feel that. That's deep. This is deep. Mm, I can only imagine. I'd be like, fuck the world for a bit too. I'd probably be living in Budapest somewhere, look, Japan somewhere, living off a mountain, living on a random ass beach somewhere where the population is about 50 folks. Like, I would escape reality at that point. Because what the fuck? So I commend them. Like, these people are strong. Even the women in their delusions, they're still strong in their delusions, but they're still strong. It's a false sense, but they're still strong. Y'all feel me? Like, it's crazy. It's the power of the mind is where I'm getting at. The mind. Wow.
you're attacked. You're made to be a demon. You're made to be in your lower self. You're made to look like you're the crazy one, and everybody's going to take the leader's side, and everybody's going to basically humiliate you, whether that be online or amongst the group. And so to avoid that, you kind of just become a yes man. And I became a yes man. I wouldn't vocalize as much over time. So, you know, when I got away, I was able to kind of get that critical reasoning back that comes natural to me. and I was kind of able to trust my own intuition. I felt like I could really trust it. So I basically started to believe in myself again and less believe in somebody outside of me. And that really helped me. And it woke me up to like what was really going on. And that was scary. That's why I stayed offline for that period of time, because it was like so much was flooding in that I just was like, I'm gonna go get help. I'm just gonna go seek help for this, because so I talked to my mom a lot. I talked to the people around me a lot, and they really helped, because I couldn't believe that I had been brainwashed. I couldn't believe that I had put myself in a position to be brainwashed, to be manipulated, to be exploited, to be taken advantage of. I just really couldn't believe that shit. Like, it was such a hard pill to swallow. But when I did accept it, I became liberated. And I got my voice back. And that's why I did that video, that first video. And that was like the snap, because I released my tie online to the cult, which was major for me. I released the name. I released my ties to him, into that energy. My life changed after that night. Literally, like a 180 change to the...
That's beautiful. Now, this is another video of Kendra and Aaron just talking more about the cult shortly after they had left. This is about 8 months ago, 9 months ago as well. I'm gonna play a little bit of this video before I get out of here. I know I said the last one was the last video, but we chilling. So let's go ahead and get into this.
Oh, hey.
Hey, did you try to come up here?
Yeah, but I don't want to be on the camera. So, okay, there we go. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you just fine.
Okay, it's clear?
Yeah.
Okay, I just came up because there was a lot of questions. So I was like, if you need help answer the questions, I can help you, because I know it's a lot. No, I think it would be great. I think it would be. Huh? No, I would say I think it would be great for you to also be able to answer questions from angles that I may not have seen, because I'm not going to sit up here and say this happened and I know this happened if I didn't see it. So there may be questions that you may be able to confirm with your own, experience, and that would be great as well. Right, that's what I figured too. It's like there was a lot of things that the women were involved in that the men weren't. So it's like, and also you need to. I'm not gonna say you need to, because you do whatever you feel like you need to do. I'll say that I think it would be helpful, especially after recently watching Surviving R. Kelly, how important it is to talk about what happened and how helpful it can be to other people who, in their current position, may feel like, oh, this could never happen to me, who may need to revert back to this if they ever find their daughter or their son in a similar situation. Yeah, like the key. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody in here. I see you guys. I love you. I think that the main thing is to bring awareness. Like, I didn't even realize how, what kind of situation I was involved in until I started becoming more aware of other people who had been in similar situations. Watching Surviving R. Kelly, I realized that I was literally no different from these women. Right. Just very young, thinking that this guy was charming and this guy was one thing, and then next thing you know, you're in a situation you don't even know how you got there, and you're so deep into it, you're estranged from your family. It's like, where else are you going to turn? This became the most important relationship in my life, and I'm saying, like, people can't possibly understand that, because the most important relationship in a lot of people's lives are, the relationship with their families, their biological families, their children, their mother, their father. How in the world does somebody you don't even know become the most important relationship in your life? But it's such a process that happens. It's it's amazing. I still, to this day, you know, I mean, that's why I came up here, because it's still amazing to me that this happened to me. You know, like I don't even understand like what. But I saw that one question. Yeah, I see you. Oh son, love. I seen your question, and I honestly, you're the reason why I came up here for your question. She said, "Why do you think the women stay?" And I believe that they believe that he is the most important person in their life. They even said it. You can hear them say it. There's nothing else. There is nothing else. So the people that abusers like him, manipulators and control freaks like him, they manipulate you into thinking that no one loves you as much as they do. No one understands you as much as they do. So they said it. You know, you heard Tanisha say it. He knows my needs better than I do. You know, and it's like we convinced ourselves that he knew more about us than we knew about ourselves. He knew what was best for us when we didn't even know what was best for ourselves. You know, maybe because one time he gave us a piece of advice and we felt like it resonated, you know, or 2 times or 3 times, or, you know, or maybe, oh, he had this prophetic, you know, experience and I didn't. So he's more knowledgeable than I am. And so, yeah, just believing that he is the most important figure in their life above all else. Yes, they have children. Yes, they have children, but they're not the most, those children are not the most important in their life. Yes, they've experienced very tragic things with this person, probably the most tragic things they've ever experienced in their life: being beaten, being neglected, being left in a closet, being disrespected in front of the world and degraded in front of the world, you know. But you have to understand, but then there's like, they've been humiliated in front of the world. The world is their enemy because he is their savior. You understand? So it's like, it's backwards. They have reality backwards and don't realize it. So although it's from like the outside in, we're like,
that's so fucked up.
Oh, this is crazy. Oh, they're bird brains. Oh, this is just ridiculous. It's like, and for them, it's very real. You know, for me at one point in time, it was very real. I just watched a video of myself yesterday getting on live looking awful, you know, back in and what was it? Panama. Yeah. I got on live. I was looking awful, defending this person and saying it wasn't his fault that I was looking awful. And I just thought about it, and I'm like, I did not make that video because I wanted to. You know, I made that video because I felt like I had to. You know, I had to. You know, Velvet had just left. She had said all these things that were true, and I thought, I have to defend this person that I call my savior. I have to tell the world that he's not the reason that I'm looking sick. You know, and I remember, you know, I was so depressed and I just wanted to feel better. And I remember I went into his room to get my hair cut. He cut my hair into a style. And right after getting my hair cut, he coerced me into having sex with him. You know, mind you, I just had a baby.
Damn.
And I wasn't his wife. You know, I wasn't with him. But he would do things like that, like just get you in a vulnerable position and make you feel like you couldn't say no to him. You couldn't leave the room without pretty much doing what he wanted you to do. It's very intimidating. And even though he's not there with those women, he has a huge control over their mind. a huge control over their mind. And I didn't speak out for a long time about this, and even regretted sometimes speaking out, because I know that even if they hear a glimpse of this, it makes them so angry that they cling to him more. I remember, Velvet speaking out at one point made me so mad. I started being even more loyal, because I thought, that was so disrespectful, that was so disloyal. So I need to show that I have even more reverence for this person, and I'm even more loyal. It's just, so you see them, so Portia is acting like she's so hard right now. She's just the sweetest person ever, but she's so acting nice. So hard.
She's so nice. Hey, babe.
Yeah.
I want to say something pertaining to.
Oh yeah.
Something you said about the coercion. People got to understand. You're what, babe? You 4'11", 5 foot.
Yeah, I'm 4'11" and less than 100 pounds.
And this man
usually.
This man is 6'2", 200 pounds.
Yeah.
So people often somebody asked me a question, and it took me to a deep place. They was like, "Have you forgiven Kendra for being with the cult leader?" And I told them she was never with the cult leader. And I put myself in your position as a 4'11", 100-pound woman in the presence of a 6'2", 200-pound man who has displayed behavior patterns that are unpredictable. I don't blame you for feeling like you had to do what you had to do to survive. It's easy for somebody to pass judgment on others, but I feel like the passing of judgment only comes from a lack of being empathetic and compassionate. And you also knew that if I were to do anything, I likely would have been jumped by the other guys, because I know we've done it before. So a lot of the guys were reluctant to, act out against the cult leader, because I don't care if you think you Bruce Lee, you ain't about to beat 6'7" dude. You're just not gonna do it. When we jumped Roy, he couldn't do nothing. It didn't matter if he knew Wing Chun, Ip Man. This ain't Ip Man. Very hard, almost impossible for one man to beat multiple men in a fight. So I can understand what was going through your mind in the presence of somebody like that. Also understanding the amount of control that he had over other people. So I just wanted to address that real quick, because I know that that really struck me when that person asked that question. Also hearing you say that, I noticed how angry I got, and I just wanted to touch on that.
The anger, they have no idea. I every day, like.
And the funny thing about the cult is that everything they say applies to them. When the cult used to say the internet gives cowards an outlet, we were the cowards we were talking about. I would have. I'm not that. I've been to the hood. I understand the atmosphere. A lot of the things I said online, I would never say those things on the streets, because you could get your head knocked off easy. So the internet was allowing me to be a coward. The cult leader, when the guy pulled up he took an AR-15 and put it in his back seat. When the cult leader seen he had a gun, the cult leader ran like a track meet. So all of this tough guy stuff on the internet went out the window, and he left the entire tribe in the house in Atlanta while he exited out the back door. The women there, they're not tough.
Damn. Just left them for dead.
They're not gangsters. But the internet is allowing them to have an outlet for their cowardice. The real cowards are the same time. So it's
That's true, because it doesn't make us. It doesn't make us look better to sit up here and say what we're saying. You know, it doesn't. And people say, why don't you, you know, why people were so mad when they found out I was doing an interview with the T. They found out we were doing an interview with the T. I remember people actually texting me and messaging me like, so that's what you're gonna do? You're gonna go to the T? And I'm just like, this is the issue with a lot of us, is that, you know, when people been through something, you know, we immediately want to shame the victim. And I'm so sick of that. I'm so sick of that, because now I see things from a different angle. And I feel like, you know, a lot of people don't even come forward and say things that they've experienced because they're afraid to be labeled as, you know, a victim of somebody, or you know, they're victimizing themselves, or they're hating on somebody, or they're bashing someone. Ain't no way you could be bashing someone that literally abuses people, you know, and that's not bashing. That's not bashing nobody. You know what I'm saying? There was so many times where I was like, I'm not trying to hate on him, because I thought, you know, I knew people was gonna label me as a hater, or, well, you was in support of him at one point, you know, and but you have to, oh my gosh, it's like when you really realize what happened, you're like, no, I'm not about to just let this person still have the control over me. Like at one point, somebody asked a question about Zoka, and if what she said was true. I just watched the video of when she went live with Kayla and who was that in the video? I think it was Portia in Puerto Rico when Jayon lost her baby, when Zoka lost her baby.
Oh, yeah.
I just watched that video like yesterday. And I want to hear what she said, because I knew, I just knew. I'm getting to the point where I can't watch the video. So I watched the video, and
he said it was a script. I don't know if y'all caught that.
Said about her experience. She was telling a story about what happened, and I didn't, not even because the story of what happened, that's fine. You know, a lot of stuff she was saying with her going to labor and being in the hospital, okay, that's fine. I wasn't there, so that most likely was true. The thing that stuck out to me with that video, and people can go back to that video, it's on the T, and the T puts it together very well. It's like a, what do you call it, like a life story of Jayon. Okay. So you know, you can go back and watch it and whatnot, but something specific happens during this live. He tells her to say her story, right? But he never leaves the room, right? Because that's what he does. When he has us on live, when he used to have me on live, I remember he was always around. You know, if Velvet was on the camera with me and somebody else, or if one of his wives was on camera, he was in the room. So he never left the room to let her really tell her story. He stayed in the background. And then as soon as she says something, like, he comes up and he starts to hug Kayla from the back. And I realized, okay, this is when he started to manipulate. This is when he was also manipulating the situation. He's so strategic. I don't know. It's like he knows that he can control you with just his movements, just, you know, with certain tones in his voice. And he wanted to make sure that she made him look like the hero in the situation. So she said things like, if it wasn't for Baba G, I wouldn't be, you know, keeping a healthy perspective right now. I would still be in a low mindset, you know. First of all, you just lost a baby a month ago. Ain't no way you with a healthy mindset. Let's just be real. And I know we tried to put on this front like, we're gods, we can get through anything. Things happen to us and we just let it roll off our shoulder because we keep a healthy perspective. but none of us had experienced childbirth before this. We were young. You know, I was very scared when it was time to have that baby and when there was no preparation. Zoka was very, very scared. She had no support. You know, I remember cooking her breakfast, you know, one of the days that before she gave birth, and I just remember she was just so happy that somebody just cared about her. You know, there was no support for her, and she lied in that video when she said she was going to the hospital frequently. None of us were going to the hospital frequently being pregnant. He told her to say that. None of us were going to the hospital. We didn't have no doctor checking in on our baby. That first time I got an ultrasound was the first time I had ever been to a doctor while I was pregnant. We didn't believe that we should go to the hospital. So I don't even know why she said that in the video. But as far as like the baby dying, the umbilical cord being tied around the baby's neck, yeah, I believe that because she went into the hospital pregnant and came out the hospital with no baby. So I believe that story. But as far as, oh, he's the savior of it all, heck no. Heck no. Because I remember the guys were separated from the girls. 7 of us girls were in a house in Mexico with him. The other guys were in a different location. He had all the girls separately because he felt like that's what needed to be done, even though Jayon was about 6 months pregnant. I don't know, she was probably like 5-6 months pregnant.
She was far along.
Very far along. Syrian at that time was there. Her real name is Brianna. She was there. She didn't want to be there. She wanted to be with her man. Yes.
I forgot Minte's name.
Right. But he told her, and I was a part of convincing her, as well as the other women were a part of convincing her that it wasn't really Mente that she really wanted him. I remember telling her and Jayon that they were making a mistake wanting to have children with the people that they were with. They needed to be with, you know, the cult leader because, you know, I had made that mistake before. I was just saying all types of stuff to them that I was trying to convince them that they should look at me as an example of what not to be and listen to the cult leader because, you know, he had their best interests. But
why would you even want to be with someone that doesn't want to be with you? Like the fact, like that just goes to show you how demented, deranged, demonic this man is. Who in their right mind lusts for something that does not want them? Manipulate and control them into being with you. And then when you get them, you treat them like shit. What in the fuck? Beyond me.
In Mexico, 7 of us were in a house with him. And I remember at this time I expressed to Velvet that I wanted to leave. I didn't want to be there anymore. I was losing weight. I wanted to leave. I told her, I said, I would like to, really what I want to do is leave Jah here and with his father and leave because I don't think that I'm stable enough to take care of him on my own. And I feel like I need to get my life together. This is why I told her, I said, I want to leave, gain weight, get my life together, like gain some weight, and maybe I'll come back. And that's what I told her. And she was just like, maybe you just need to talk to him. You know, talk to the cult leader. You know, she set me up with a meeting with him and her, and at that point, this is how all the women got in one house, because at one point in this house, Kayla was still with Caliber or Ishmael. So she was the only woman that was not in that house at the time. So this was the point where she came back. I had this meeting with him and Velvet, and Velvet tells him she doesn't want to be with, you know, Aaron. She wants to be with you. And that's not my words. That's not what I wanted. But I let it happen. And, you know, I don't know if she told, you know, the cult leader that I wanted to leave. I think she just told him that I just wanted to be with him. And in that moment, he says, I knew it. I knew I shouldn't have let any of the other men sleep with my women. These are my women. And even the African man told me that the biggest mistake I made was letting these men sleep with my women. And so he called Kayla in that very moment and told her, pack your bags, you're coming back with me.
Who is the African man?
And, told the guys, told Caliber, like, yeah, she's mine. And then she ends up coming back to the house. He ends up basically having us all in one house. Velvet did. I don't think Velvet knew what she was getting herself into. She really didn't like the multiple women thing, but I don't know if she knew that this was about to happen. 7 of us in one house, and he literally in 1 week slept with all of us. And some of those women didn't want to sleep with him. Jan was 6 months pregnant. Brianna didn't want him at all. And then he bragged. It said to Velvet, I bet you didn't know I slept with all of them this week. See, you don't even know what I do. I can do whatever I want.
What?
You don't even going to find out about it. And I remember that was, then this house was a very, very transformative moment because we really...
It's kind of breaking up.
He did this thing where he turned on a song. If I heard the song today, I could tell you what song it was, but I can't remember. I feel like it's Rick Ross' voice. And he kept playing the song over and over. And he did this thing where he basically pounded his chest and, said, I'm the king, you're going to bow and kiss my feet. And that's when the whole kiss my feet started. And each one of us had to kiss his feet. And I remember at this very same house, Tanisha trying to run. He stopped her from running. He grabbed her. She tried to run out the door. He grabbed her. She screamed at the top of her lungs, help, help, somebody help. Screamed. And he said, you trying to get me locked up? You trying to get me locked up? Oh, no, And the other women, I don't remember what I was doing in this situation. I remember seeing all this happening, but I don't know why the other women were more physical towards her than I was. Maybe I was taking care of the children. I don't know if the children were there at the time, though. I can't remember because there was a point in time where Ja was with his father. But I just remember them pulling Tanisha into a room, and Tanisha wanted to. I wasn't in the room, but I was told that Tanisha wanted to jump off the balcony. She was that afraid for her life. She just wanted to jump off the balcony, and
jump off the balcony. I wonder if this is the same house with the beach in the back where Malia and Velvet had that fight. The Orisha fight at that.
Life or get away, I don't know, but I remember they basically smacked her back into calming down, and Tanisha actually ended up leaving that time. I don't know if it was the very same day or not, but she ended up leaving around that time, got her backpack, walked out the door. And sometimes he would do that. He would allow people to walk out the door and leave. So a lot of us used to say online, no one's being held against their will. If you want to leave, you could get your bags and walk out the door. But it just wasn't that simple in the middle of Mexico, And I remember her walking out the door and him basically just being like, she'll be back. She'll be calling me later on. And she did. I guess she waited at a Starbucks or something. Some type of, I don't know, some type of shop with Wi-Fi for a while. And realized there was no way out of Mexico, and ended up right back in that house where, you know, then you gotta face everybody and what you just did, which would be quote unquote disrespectful and dishonorable. So, you know, now you're gonna get treated like dirt for a little while. You know, I was treated like dirt for a while after getting into it with Velvet, and Velvet giving me a black eye. You know, I was treated like
Hold up. Velvet beat Sheba up. See, I knew there was a reason why I went back to this video. Because there's a lot of shit that I missed. Or time just kind of erased it out of my mind. But damn, Velvet was smacking up on Sheba. Gave her a black eye. What the hell did she do to deserve that?
for a little while too. I know what that feels like. To be isolated from the group, and he would do that to Tanisha a lot. Put her in the closet, put her in other rooms, because without contact, you just feel like you have to eventually submit. You know, you have to eventually apologize. You have to just eventually become weaker, you know, and just more, you know, a lot of things I don't think the men saw, because he would do a good job of keeping the men separate from the women. But a lot of things like that time,
It's like he kept the men busy so they could only see what he wanted them to see.
that house in Mexico was 7 women in that house. Nobody knew what was going on in that house. He would put Velvet on the live, and she would talk, and she would talk a good game. We responded to, what was that? Civil or... We responded to, not civil. What do we respond to? I don't know. We responded to somebody on a live where Velvet was like clapping back at them.
It was, I wanted... No.
Yeah. All those lives were strategic. All those lives were strategic in a way. He knew how to kind of put this fire in us, like, yeah, y'all gotta defend me because they out here lying on me, and you gotta, you know. So we would just get all hype, and next thing you know, we yelling at the camera. You know, we yelling at these people we say is our enemy in the camera, and you know, all. So it just looks like, oh, these women want to be there. They want to do what they're doing. When really, in reality, it was like, what other choice did we have? What other choice did we have? This became our home. You know, this became our life, our identity.
Left their whole families for this man. I get it.
Tanisha felt like she didn't have no other way to go, even though she was literally so skinny. She was so frail. But she just felt like there was nowhere else to go. And this is why they still say that to this day. There's nothing else. You know, not remembering these times where we were in this house, and, you know, there was infections. There was people did have vaginal infections, you know, and I remember seeing these women struggling with their infections and thinking, oh, these women are just low vibrational. That's why they have infections. I don't have an infection. So they're just low vibrational. You know, and telling them to their face, if you wasn't thinking low vibrational thoughts, you wouldn't have those infections. You know, it's like just the ridiculous things that, you know, I did and said to these women because of the control that he had over my entire life. It wasn't just so simple. A lot of people talk about why they didn't leave. You know, it wasn't that simple. Maybe for some people it would have been, oh, I would never let him do that and do this and do that. But in the middle of Nicaragua, where are you going? You know, in the middle of Mexico, where are you going without your cards, your credit card? The first step to leaving, you have to tell somebody that you're leaving if you want to leave with your stuff. And to tell somebody that you're leaving, that's opening up a whole can of worms that you don't want. You don't want to be the one that goes against the group. You don't want to be the one that gets shamed and embarrassed and humiliated and possibly live on camera. You want to get away in a way that maybe no one knows. So that's why a lot of people leave in the middle of the night, or they leave and say, "Oh, I gotta go get something real quick. Sybil said, I gotta go get something real quick. I gotta go back to New York and get something real quick. I'll be back. That's the only way to really lead. But you kind of gotta be smart about it, because and a lot of these women that are there have had so much trauma being there that they've now connected to each other on a deep level with that trauma. Kayla and Jayon losing children in that situation is very hard, I bet. And then Tanisha and Portia both having children and not seeing them, that even though their relationship with each other, all of them.
She makes a great point.
Right now, and even my relationship with them when I was there is very superficial, because it's kind of hard to go deep with somebody when you're not authentic with yourself. You can't, it's impossible to go deep and really be authentic in a relationship with somebody else when you're not authentic with yourself. So even their relationship with each other is not like how we portray, oh, we're sisters and we love each other, and at any point in time, if he turned against one of us, we turn against them too. And we were taught that. We were trained to do that. We were trained to, if one person gets out of line, we circle them up and we intimidate them into thinking this is a point where you might get jumped, so you better bow your head, you better get on your face, you better relax, and I was very good at intimidating, because I think I believed in it so much. And it's so funny to me, because I'm like, I thought I believed more than they believe, and they're still there. I thought I believed more, because of how intimidating I was. And these women came to me for advice and direction a lot, within the cult. If they were having quote unquote unhealthy thoughts, or just like Portia would have thoughts of just leaving, just dipping, she would come to me and say, I'm having these thoughts. And I would talk her back into staying. I was that voice of him when he wasn't around. So it's amazing to me. It's amazing to me to see them still there, because I thought I was more of a firm believer than they were. And at this point, I don't think it has anything to do with their belief in him, but maybe just fear, pure fear. Like, there's nothing outside of this. How can I go back to anything else? I will be condemned to hell. I will be condemned by the world. I don't want to receive the praise from the world or love from the world, because then that would mean that I'm of the world, or that I'm just like them and they're devils and it's like, it's so hard to come to terms with the fact that this person that you relinquish so much of your power and control to, and that you've really told some of the most intimate things to, and they've told some of the most intimate things to you, and you've shared the most intimate moments with, is actually your abuser. It's like, it's unbelievable, even though that something didn't feel right and it wasn't natural, and that, it wasn't right for him to stomp on your head, it wasn't right for him to just beat you up that day, some way in your mind you just rationalize it with, well, I should have done this, I should have done that, I should have never talked back, I should have never had an attitude, it was my fault in some way, and maybe I deserved that, but you don't deserve that. You don't deserve that, I think about them every day, and sometimes it makes me not want to say anything, because I know that they're like, oh, she's speaking out, and they'll want to cling tighter. But then I think about people that, they just don't understand why these women probably are still there. And it's important for me to bring awareness. It's not about...
She's bringing awareness to other young folks that are getting into these groups as well, because this is just one cult, y'all. They're everywhere, in every city. I guarantee you probably got a cult living within 30 miles of you. I guarantee. So, look, kudos to Kendra. Let's watch a few more minutes before I go ahead and end the live. gonna catch me a little nap before I start my day. Risings to everyone.
Cloud or, attention. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. My life, everybody has viewed it for the past 5 years. It's not about cloud for me. If it was about cloud for me, I would have, there's so many things I could have taken opportunities to do. But for me, it's about him. It's about justice. It's about him getting what he deserves. It's about seeing him get 30 plus years. I really want to see that day. That it's about that for me. It's about those women going to a place where they actually experience true love and not thinking that this person that abuses them, it loves them. That's important to me. It's their well-being. Them being able to just do stuff without having to ask permission. Being able to see their families and how much their families love them truly, and that this person was just lying and saying that nobody loves them. I want them to experience that real love that they haven't even experienced yet, because it's a beautiful thing. And I know they think that he will haunt them and he will torture them, somewhere in the afterlife, or, that he will. He's very dark. He's very scary. And I remember being afraid that leaving, I would hear his voice everywhere. And I did for a while. But it goes away, and I just want them to know that it goes away. You can rebuild your life. You can.
Niza talked about nightmares. Kendra talked about nightmares. What's her name? Tori. I believe she talked about nightmares. And a couple others all have nightmares from leaving this man. He legit reprogrammed their subconscious. He lived in all of these folks' dream state for a long amount of time before they could deprogram, like, efficiently. When you really think about, like, how deep it is, like, this is it's sad. I'd be lying to y'all if I said that I didn't have empathy for these people. I understand. Shout out to everyone that has left the cult.
And you can rebuild your life. They're so young. They're so young. Like, you can start over. I've done it. I came here with nothing. Nothing. I left with nothing. I left with one outfit, in a blanket. I left with nothing in my child, but I gained the world because I got my family. It's like he took everything. He takes everything from you, every last thing, and you feel like he deserves it because you gave it to him. And they're so angry inside, but they're angry at the wrong person. They're angry with the wrong person. We were all so angry inside at the wrong one. It's not white supremacy. He's the slave master. He's the one whipping you. He did it. He's the one whipping you. He's the one forcing you on your face and telling you to say the black man is God. The white man is not doing that to you. It's just like, he's gonna get what he deserves. He's gonna get what he deserves, and I will be one to make sure of it. I will never let up on this. I will never victim shame or blame. The victim, the alleged victim, to me, she's not an alleged victim. She's a victim. She's somebody that endured exactly what she said she endured. I don't care about what people have to say about her past or what she went through in her or what she put out there online. She's a victim because she didn't want that. She didn't want to be beaten, slapped, or intimidated when she got there. She didn't even want to come there. She was coerced into coming back. He gets the women, especially Kayla, to bring other women in. I want her, bring her to me. Talking about nobody's recruited. No, he tells you who he wants, and he tells you to go talk to her, to convince her to come to me. So that victim was convinced to come into that house and to staying there. She was already done with us. She was already done with him. She was lured back in by women. If that's not, does that sound like a sex cult? Like, why do you need women to lure other women in? You know, if you got it like that and women are just flocking to you, I don't need to R-word no woman because women are flocking over me. But why you want them here so bad then? Why do you need to convince them to get here so bad? All of that flashiness and flaunting was all for women, to get women. But real women, for real, like that got stuff going on for themselves, don't want him.
Facts.
He knows how to pick them. People that are unsure, they don't know what direction they're going. They don't know what's good for them yet. So, you know, he preys on that. Just like any other abuser, any other manipulator. He was powerless as a child, so he decided to reverse that and inflict pain and suffering and sexual trauma on those who, in his eyes, are powerless, you know? And that's what we were. We were his slaves. If he told you go over there, you go over there. If he tells you stand in that corner for 3 hours, you stand in that corner for 3 hours. If he tells you that we're not eating today, we're not eating today. If he tells you now we're sleeping, now we're sleeping. If he tells you we're getting up now, we're getting ready to go, that's what we're doing. There was no saying no. There's no argument. There's no questioning. If he tells you to fight, you and that person, you better start throwing up them hands. There's no saying no there. Talking about these people do what they want to do. No, they do what you tell them to. They're afraid. And of course all these women have wanted to leave. Of course they have all packed their bags. Of course they have all been headed out the door. Portia has left. We've dropped her off at the bus station. Kayla has left. She's went back to her mom's house. Jayon has left multiple times. Tanisha has left multiple times. But you know how many times on average it takes to leave an abusive relationship? Research shows 7 to 10 times. Why y'all didn't jump him? He was the most important figure in our life, our deity. We wouldn't even think to jump him. And if we would think about it, we would think that we were demonic.
Yeah.
On that note, family, we're going to go ahead and conclude. We're going to end this video. I appreciate y'all for coming out. Shout out to the 3 percentile. This is some heavy shit. Going down memory lane is interesting. I'll definitely come back with the part 2. It's been a little minute since we covered carbonation. Peace to the guys. I'll see y'all soon.